I am your host, Hank Russell. Tonight, we got ourselves a boxer, man. I don't get too many of these anymore, man. Such a skilled sport, such a great art and everything like that. And I love watching boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, my guest is Mr. Robert Laing. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's up?
So where are you from?
I'm from Braintree, Massachusetts.
Say that one more time.
Braintree, Massachusetts, just like my shirt says right here. It's right near Boston. If you're not familiar with it, but it's like a town, 10 minutes outside of Boston.
Okay, I've been to Boston twice, and I in the last 2 years actually, and I've been to a little town called Amesbury, Massachusetts twice.
Yeah, nowhere near there. Braintree's on the South Shore. That's the area that it's known as.
It's known as the what?
So you got Boston, then you got the North Shore and the South Shore. So the North Shore is like the area right above Boston. The South Shore is the area right below Boston. Braintree is part of the South Shore. So that's where I'm from.
Okay, yeah, not a whole lot going on where I was at.
Yeah, I don't know where Amesbury. That's like the middle. I think that's like Western Mass, Central Mass, something like that.
It's close to the New Hampshire border.
Oh, all right. So it's very north of Boston.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about a 45-minute drive for me.
Okay.
So, but no, I loved Boston when I was there, man. I love it, man. And that city, man. Only thing is that as somebody who's been covering sports, particularly combat sports, my entire adult life on the radio, and then doing this, I have yet to see a boxing bout up there or any type of combat sports. Which Boston has the Red Sox, the Celtics, Patriots, the Bruins, all these teams up there, but people forget that is a very blue-collar fighting town.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we just fought, there was a fight at Fenway Park where the Red Sox play. They did the first fights there in like 70-something years. That was on June 7th. The promotion that I'm fighting for this Saturday, I fought for them. They did that June 7th, the Fenway Park show. I fought for them then. So they're starting to get back into doing fights in Boston.
I went to Fenway Park to visit back in October of last year, so I loved it. It's such a legendary place. Although I'm a big guy and the chairs are so tight up there.
Yeah, it's even worse at the Garden if you go to a Bruins game.
Even the new Garden?
Yeah, they squeeze in more chairs. I can barely fit. Like they squeeze them. They squeeze in as many chairs as possible, probably obviously to make more money. You know what I mean? More seats, more tickets.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. But I mean, I saw the Garden from the outside. You figure they would just build a bigger stadium with better seats, but
I mean, it's still cool inside. It's still a good time, but it's just like I said, they squeezed in as many chairs as humanly possible. So it's a tight squeeze. It's like being on an airplane.
Oh, I hear you, man. What weight class do you fight at?
Light heavyweight.
That would be what?
175.
175. Okay, yeah. I've been a boxing fan and a combat sports fan for a long time, but one thing about boxing is there's 16 different weight classes, so it's hard to keep up with it.
Yeah, I honestly I couldn't tell you all of them off the top of my head either. There's too many.
Exactly. So light heavyweight. So that would be like a middleweight in mixed martial arts or something like that. So
yeah, I think it'd be closer to welterweight for MMA because I think they fight at like the UFC 170s welterweight. So I think that would be.
Yeah, it is 170. But if if you're above it, then it's still technically like just like a really tiny middleweight.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's funny though, and I love talking to guys from the Massachusetts area because y'all have a company up in that area called Boston Scally that does hats.
Oh yeah, I have like 10 of them.
I've got 2. If I had known you were from Massachusetts, I would have worn my Boston Scally hat on right now.
Yeah, I normally I'd be wearing it. I should have wore it right now. I don't really wear them in the summer. It's more of a winter time hat.
It's too freaking hot.
Yeah, exactly. They do actually make some that are designed for the summer that are like thinner material. I have a couple of those too.
No, I've seen it, but they just don't look as cool.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's summertime. I just do the backwards flap rim. Winter, fall, I'm always wearing the Scally.
So, are you amateur?
No, I'm a pro. I had my first pro fight on June 7th, and now this is my second pro fight.
So you fought on June 7th, but you didn't fight on the card at the Fenway, did you?
No, I did. Yeah, I fought there.
Oh, fantastic! So your first pro fight was at Fenway Park, man. You got something to tell you.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, I that's the one thing I love about like people from Boston, especially like in that area, is that they don't take for granted the fact that they're probably like the top three best sports towns in the United States. You know, and the fact that you got to fight at the greatest baseball park, in my opinion, that I've ever visited, and probably one of the most legendary that's still around. And I know you didn't take that for granted.
No, it was definitely a cool experience.
Yeah, and I haven't interviewed too many pro boxers. I've interviewed, you know, a few amateurs, but like the pros, they just, you know, like it's one of those things where you have to be very, you know, deep about when you go pro nowadays. Like you can't just go pro like your first year. You're not probably ready, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes. It's a lot of business stuff. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that do go pro too soon. You know what I mean? It's not good for them long term, but they're just chasing after the money or whatever. But I had a good thing going as an amateur. I fought in this thing called Rough and Rowdy. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's owned by Barstool Sports. I fought for them for like 5 years, so I had a good thing going with them. I kind of developed a little bit of a following from
Mm-hmm.
fighting for them for so long, and I, squeezed as much out of that as I could, for that 5 year period or whatever. But then it was time to move on, so I finally took the leap and went pro, and now here I am.
Right, and you're pretty young. How old are you?
I'm 33, so I guess I'm not that young, but I'm in the window. I can still fight for a few more years.
At 41 years old, you're young.
Oh no, well, I'm saying in terms of like being a fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe for boxers, maybe. Okay, but I noticed that a lot of guys are competing. I've interviewed every age group. Up 53 is the oldest I've ever interviewed, and had success. As a matter of fact, at 53 years old, you know, unanimous decision, I believe, is what it was. But he had success at it, and I feel like that in this day and age, if you're smart, you know, if you're smart, you can compete at a high level in up until your like 40s.
Oh yeah, the times are changing where people can compete and be competitive later. I mean, look at the best boxers in the world right now. Usyk, who's probably the best boxer in the world, pound for pound. He's 38 years old, and Tyson Fury. I think he was like 30. I think he's 36. So I mean, all the best, some of the best fighters in the world right now. Canelo, he's in his mid 30s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's times are changing where people are able to. I mean, look at Tom Brady. He played football till he was 45. So I mean,
Right.
it's
Well,
times are definitely changing where people can excel at sports longer than they could, back in the day. So 33, I guess I'm right in that window where I can still be competitive for hopefully, until I'm 40. You know what I mean, or close to 40.
right. Well, and one thing about it is that, you know, it's all about the diet and exercise, you know, and the rest and stuff like that. And the one thing that Boston is known for is kind of like this no nonsense type of training and everything like that. That being said, I I hear about promotions up there where these guys, the trainers are smarter nowadays. They're advising these guys, look, you can't be in here 7 days a week, man. You have got to, you have got to, you know, be, you got to be smart. You can't be in here 7 days a week. You can't, you got to let your body rest.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a science behind it if you want to have like longevity.
I mean, I know that for me personally, I have seen it where, I hear guys talking about, these older guys, they're talking about like, if you're not hurt, you're playing. I'm like, dude, yeah, but guess what? You're probably not going to have the career that you wanted to because you pushed yourself when you didn't really necessarily have to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's something that's like, I'm glad that people are smartening up on because you're a human being, I mean, it's, you've got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, definitely.
So, how's your cardio?
Good enough. It's only a 4 round fight. So four rounds I can do no problem.
He said it's good enough. I like that. No,
Yeah.
man. You know, one of the things I noticed that is a lot of boxers nowadays, some guys naturally just like are cut. But I noticed that when I was watching, the recent bouts and stuff like that, guys are getting like an intentional midsection so they can throw harder punches or
Yeah.
quicker punches.
You say an intentional midsection,
Yeah.
like
Like,
packing on more weight.
yeah, well, just having like Okay, like a lot of people say that, like if you have like this really tight six pack or whatever around you and stuff like that, you're probably going to not throw as hard because you're more tight. But then if you have like a little bit of fluff in the middle, then you're going to probably throw harder. That might have to do with what Tyson Fury did. I mean, he
Yeah, I
had
was
a
gonna
way.
say he's a perfect example of that. So I mean, don't
Well,
ever let someone's body fool you in boxing. You know what I mean? I always that's the thing. Like a lot of guys that don't understand. You know, they see guys that are like heavier or whatever, have a little bit of meat on them, and they might rule them out. But anyone who boxes knows that doesn't matter. That guy, if he's got a strong core underneath there and he's got good stamina, he can probably throw hard
yeah,
for a long time. You know what I mean? He can hurt you. Put on all
yeah,
that behind his punches.
yeah. I remember when I saw him fight in 2022. Uh, he had put on more weight from his last fight, and he destroyed him. So it's like,
Oh
he
yeah,
good. So
yeah. He was just
it's
leaning on him the whole. Are you talking about when he fought Deontay Wilder the second
yeah,
time?
yeah,
Yeah, he
absolutely.
was the second or third time that he did. He was wicked heavy. He was like 270 pounds.
Yeah, I think it was
He was just putting all his weight on him the whole time. And Wilder was like a light, for a heavyweight, he was on the lighter side. I think he only weighed like 217 pounds or something. So,
yeah,
I mean, Fury had like 60 pounds on him. He was just putting all his weight on him the whole time, gassing him
right,
out.
right. And you don't have too many successful heavyweights at that weight other than Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's true.
So, I mean, is there any what is his name? Okay, you might be a little young to remember this guy, but he was a well-known boxing trainer up there. He's up in he was in the movie the Departed. I didn't know if he was still training up there or not.
Uh, I don't remember anyone from in the movie The Departed. You think of what's the movie with Mark Wahlberg in that takes place in Lowell, Massachusetts? The Fighter. You think of The Fighter?
Not that one, but there was a famous trainer. There was a famous trainer in the movie that was in The Departed.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's Peter Welsh.
Yes, is he
Yeah,
still? Is he?
he's in the scene where they're in jail. That's
Yes.
what. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was in the jail scene. I remember him. Yeah,
You ever met him?
I've trained at his. Yeah, I met him one time. Me and my coach brought me there to his. So we went to Peter Welsh's gym to spar their guys one time a couple of years ago. So I met him. That's the only time I ever met him. But he's got a good gym still going. Good crew of fighters up out of there. That's in South Boston.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because every time I talk to a fighter, whether it's MMA, boxing, or jiu-jitsu up in the Massachusetts area, I always ask about Peter Welsh because he's probably one of the most famous fighting trainers to come out of there.
Yeah, everyone who like boxes in the area knows who he is, or even if they don't know him personally, they've heard of him. Like even before I met him, the one time that I did, I knew who he was. I'd heard all about him. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty well known.
Yeah, he was on the Ultimate Fighter season 1. That was the first time I heard about him. That was 20 years ago. But
Yeah,
and then I was like, wait a second. And then I saw The Departed a year later, and I was like, that guy looks kind of familiar. He's really tiny, but
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's in the jail scene when he's like, "Hey, you got." He's like, "You from L Street or something?" I think,
yeah,
yeah. He's like, "Oh, it's my cousin or something." Or I know your cousin on L Street.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like kind of an idiot. It's like, no, it's okay. No, don't worry about it. I understand.
yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So, what is? So, tell me about your opponent.
I don't really know much about him. He's from Haverhill, Massachusetts, that's a north of Boston town, kind of close to New Hampshire, like we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one pro fight. He lost by decision. I'm 1-0 as a pro. He's 0-1 as a pro. So we both got the same amount of experience. But I got one win. He's got one loss. But from what I've seen, he looks like a decent opponent. So I'm definitely not taking him lightly. I think it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a full time job?
Yeah, I'm a correction officer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you work at the same prison that was in the Departed?
Not The Departed, but the prison that is in the movie The Fighter. I work at that one.
Okay. Yeah. No, I love The Fighter.
Like they
Christian.
brought like this is before I worked there, but they brought like camera crews there and shit and filmed like everything they filmed in that. Every jail sequence in The Fighter is in the jail that I work at.
Oh, with Christian Bale and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, in the
Great
yard
movie.
when they're showing them run around the yard and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And the cell that he was in when he's shadowboxing in the cell, like that's all,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's all real. The jail, like that's all real.
No, I'm telling you, man, that's pretty cool, man. Because like the one thing about Boston, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and it's kind of similar to Memphis, only a little bit more to do up in Boston.
Yeah. I've never been there. I've been to Nashville. That's about it for Tennessee, though.
Yeah, it's Nashville's become more of the party central town nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I had a good time when I went.
I'm sure you did. Shoot, I mean, you probably hung out on Broad Street and all that.
Oh
Broadway
yeah,
Street.
definitely. Yeah, we hit all the
Yeah,
stars.
yeah. So, any children? Do you have any children?
No, nothing yet. Working
Smart.
on it.
I hear you. Are you married or?
I'm married. Yeah, I've been married a few years, so it's time to clock's ticking. We're both in our mid-30s now. You know, it's time to settle down.
Right, I get it. And is she pretty supportive about the fighting career?
Yeah, she's been very supportive the whole time along the way, and she's a nurse, so she's always taking good care of me. So it's good having her there with me in my corner.
I was about to say she should be your corner girl.
Yeah, she doesn't. She gets too nervous, like watching the fights live. But she'll be there. But I don't know. She'll be sitting there like in the with all her friends, like drinking wine and stuff. It wouldn't be a good time to have her like trying to, you know, if I got caught or something, trying to work on me.
No, no, no. She doesn't need to be drinking wine if she's going to work on your cuts. It's like,
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I got people for that.
it's like, woman, did you sow a lightning bolt in my eyebrow? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly. So during, you
No.
know, the rest of the time she's very helpful. But no, when I'm there to fight, she's just in the crowd with everybody else.
Oh man, that's great. I'm just happy to see that you turned pro. That and you're able to do these events. Where are you at on the card?
I think I'm the fourth fight.
Okay, cool. I need to because I'm about to let you go. And what I'm going to do is I want you to promote your fight. I want you to tell me where it is, when it is, and where people like me at home can watch it.
Well, that's at the Royale Club in Boston, Massachusetts. If you're local and you want to get a ticket and go, but if you want to watch it, I'm pretty sure they're streaming it through the Millions app. So,
Oh, fantastic,
yeah,
fantastic. Hey, Robert, man, if you ever want to do this again, man, hit me up.
yeah, definitely. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
No, not at all, not at all. We just got to. Well, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get that out. That double dose promotion out there for you, man. We're gonna. I know you got a couple days. You got 2 days left. Have you cut your weight?
Yeah, I'm good. I got at the weigh-ins tomorrow. I'm right on where I need to be, so good to go.
Okay, cool. Well, that'll work, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Hank Russell invitation. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to watch us here tonight, and I sure do appreciate you. Live here on Millions.co and on YouTube live right now as well.
Oh, good thing I didn't say anything stupid. I didn't know we were live.
No, hey, that's part of it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking.
That's why it's like, hey, I said some stupid shit on here.
Yeah, no, everyone probably does once in a while.
Oh man, all good, brother. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all joining us at the house, man. Until next time, y'all have a pleasant evening.
See you later.
All right, man.